Giraffes Can't Dance by Giles Andre. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were rather crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees, and when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Now, every year in Africa, they hold a jungle dance where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. This year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt sad because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthogs started waltzing, the rhinos rock and rolled, the lions danced the tango. That was elegant and bold. The chimps all did cha-cha with a little Latin feel. The 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked towards the floor, and the lions saw him coming. They all began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald," the animals all sneered. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool." "Oh, Gerald, you're so weird." Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted in the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot." So he crept off from the dance floor and started to walk home. He'd never felt so sad before, so sad and so alone. Then he found a little clearing and looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on, "but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song." Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music are those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing round. He threw his arms out sideways, and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. I'm dancing, yes, I'm dancing," Gerald cried. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! It must be a dream! Gerald's the best dancer we've ever seen." "How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and the stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find the music that we love." Now let's draw a dancing giraffe. At the top of your paper, let's start with the head of the giraffe. The giraffe's head is an oval that's a little pointy on one side. Then let's add 2 ears. Also add the inside of the ears. And when you're finished with that, draw 2 horns. Create the face of your giraffe. Now let's draw the very long giraffe neck. Make sure your neck is bending because your giraffe is dancing. Connect your long neck to the shape of the body, which can be a large round shape also. Draw the arms and legs of your giraffe bending in different directions to create the feeling of a dancing giraffe. Create a spotted coat for your giraffe. Now to finish our giraffe, we can add the colors. The colors you'll need will be brown for the spots, yellow for the rest of the giraffe's body, and black to add little details. Now it's your turn.